Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you a new React.js library which allows you to basically select files that needs to be uploaded using drag and drop functionality. So basically you can see that you can click this drag and drop. If you click this, a pop-up window will appear here. You can select the files that you want to upload. You can select multiple files. I will be showing you how to basically show the live preview of the images that you are selecting here, and also we will be having this file validation messages which will be appearing here. You will see the name of the file is larger than 5 characters, so you can just show custom file messages for the file validation as well. You can see all these two images have the name larger than 5 characters. You can set these limits inside your code, guys. So simply go to your maximum length here. I can change this to 20 characters. So now it will just make this validation here, and let me select this. Now you will see it is accepted because this file size is smaller than 20 characters. So it is saying that only files which are smaller than 20 characters will be uploaded. You will see that accepted files. And now if I select a image file which has a very large name here, so these are very much, you can see that all these files are under 20 characters. So let's suppose I say 5 here, so it will not be accepted. You can see that name is larger than 5 characters. So we will be showing these custom messages, guys. I am using basically a custom package of React.js which is called as react-dropzone. This is basically the library that we are using for this application. The very first link which comes, it's basically supports HTML5 drag and drop functionality, and it's a very popular library. You can see it is having almost 3 million weekly downloads. So I have given all the source code, guys, of all the example code that I will write in this video. So you can just go to the description of this video and read my blog post, step-by-step blog post. I have given all the source code in the description of the video. So now let's get started. For the very first time, guys, we need to, first of all, what we need to do is that, let me delete all the source code and start from scratch. So let me just delete, and inside my return statement we will have basically a div, and here we will say hello world. And the very first thing, guys, you need to do, you will see hello world is there. Just go to your command line and install this library npm I react-dropzone. This is basically the library. I've already installed it. So just you start your React.js project, npm start. So now, guys, I will show you how to integrate this library. It's very easy. You go to the very top of the application, and here you need to import the hook which will be there, react-dropzone. This is name of the library. And from this we just need to use dropzone. This is basically the hook that we want to have. And then we will be having this variable which is accepted files. This will be an object here, accepted files, and get root props. So these are basically the methods which will be extracted from this use dropzone method. So we will be extracting like this. So these are 3 methods that we extracted. And now, guys, we just need to, inside the template here, we will have a section tag here. So inside the section, guys, what we need to do is that we need to give it a class name of container. So then we will have basically the get root props, and here we will pass our class name. This is basically the way by which you integrate this functionality. Just close this input field here, and here we will simply say, let me just see why input, okay, sorry. So this basically, it's a div tag, not an input field. So we need to close this div tag here, and inside this, guys, we will have basically the input field here, and inside this we will pass get input props. We will close the input field. So now you will see basically guys, if you refresh your application, you will now see a drag and drop. So if you now click this, nothing happens. We need to also have the drag and drop. So I will simply say a paragraph that is drag and drop some files here, or click to select files like this. And after this guys, we will basically having a site tag, and inside this we will display the accepted files and the rejected files. So here we can simply say we can have a unordered list, and inside this we can display the files which is selected by the user. That's all. This is will be all the HTML which is required guys, and now we just need to basically have the files which is selected by the user. So we will have accepted files, and we will make use of map method. This basically it's an array, and for each file here we will simply display a simple li tag. We will be giving a key parameter to it. So this will be the path of the file.path, which will be unique every time. So here we will say file.path, and then we can also get the size of the file.size, and here we can say bytes. That's all. So now guys, if you refresh your application, and if you see, click this, now you can select your images. You can see that this is the name of the file, the selected, and this is basically the size here. So you can even drag drop as well. So let's suppose I want to, let's suppose, drag drop. I can even do that as well. You can see that drag drop. You can even select here multiple files. Just drop it here. I think you can drop one file at a time. You can see that. So in this way you can do that guys. Now I will be showing you how to basically accept only certain file extensions. Let's suppose I only want to accept image files, not all files. So what I can do is that basically wherever you are initializing your use drop zone here, you can basically pass a option here, object curly brackets. Inside this you can pass a property accept. You can even only accept here, let's suppose I only want to accept images, which is PNG images, and here we can specify the extension, which is .png. That's all. So now if you refresh your application, what you will find out that if you click this, it will only be selected files here. So now if I go basically to the download here, so it will only be selecting here, you will see PNG. So no other files will be there. So in this way you can change it to, let's suppose, PDF. So you just need to change this mem type to, let's suppose, application/PDF. So this will now only accept your PDF files. You can see that PDF files are there. So in this way you can do it, and also you can also specify multiple. You just need to put a comma here, and let's suppose you also want to accept PDF and HTML files. So here also you will write the extension of, you can also specify multiple extensions here like .html and .htm. This means the same thing. So now if you see, it will accept PDF and HTML files. You will see it will also include the HTML files as well, like this. So this is the for the validation guys. And now also you can also have a size limit as well guys. So put a comma, and the next property is the max files. So let's suppose you only want to upload 3 files at a time. So I will put a limit here, and the max size as well. So let's suppose you don't want to accept larger size than 5,000 bytes. This value is in bytes. So this is basically the validation filters out there. Max files, max size. So now if you try to upload, let's suppose 4 files here, it will give you a error. It will not basically have, you can see that I have selected 4 files. So let's suppose now I only accept 3 files, it will be selected. I select 2 files, it will be selected. But if I now select here 5 files, it will not be selected. You will see that. And also same goes for the size. This is basically under 5000 bytes, but if I select this one, this file will not be uploaded because the size was larger, 87 kilobytes. So this is all the file validation filters, guys, which I show you. Next we will be showing you custom validation messages, guys. So if you want to have a custom validation, you can even do that as well. Let's suppose put a comma, and for that you just need to say validator, and inside this you will pass your custom validator check. So let me just check for the length of the file. So we will say name length validator. So now we need to define this validator that we created right here at the very top. So this will be a simple function that we need to write here. So function name length validator, we will pass the file here, and we will first of all just put the max length. So we need to have files length will be 5 characters only, under 5 characters. So here we will first of all check inside the if condition, if file.name.length is greater than max length. In that case we will show the message to the user. We will return a message. That code we will first of all return, that is name to large, and also we will have a validation message that name is larger than. So we can have a template string. We can have that max length characters, that's all. So this message will be returned back to the user, guys. So now if the file size is not greater than max length, then we will simply return null. So that's all. This is your selector, guys, and here also we need to pass here props here like this. And now if you basically want to do this, guys, if you want to pass this, what you can do is that you need to modify somewhat here. This will be the same here. You can just rename this to accepted file items. So the function remains the same. It will loop through all the files which are accepted. It will print out the path and the size of it. And here we just need to have some, let me just format this code here. So here after accepted files, file rejections, we also need file rejections, and that's all. So these are the 4 things we need. File rejections, we also need to define this. File rejections. We will create a new method, file rejection items. So this will be the items which are rejected by the validator. So we will again loop through it, and here we will simply first of all extract the file and the errors associated with it. This will be a simple method, and here we will also pass. So let me just paste it. That's all. So this is basically file rejected files, and here inside your template, guys, let me just copy paste it. All the source code is given in the description of the video, guys, so you can go to it and copy paste all the source code. And here you can see we are displaying the accepted files and displaying the rejected files. So now you will see you need to upload files with the name less than 5 characters. So if I now select these files, you will see they are rejected because they are larger than 5 characters. You will see that. So they also see, you can see the bytes as well. And you can also see, guys, if I change this to 20, I can change it to 15. then you will see that if I select this one, it is saying file is larger than 5000 bytes. Name is larger than 15 characters. Let me just see here. Let me just paste this example. I think some typing mistake is there. Okay, so okay, this is basically the example here. So now if you select this file, guys, you will see it is name is larger than 5 characters. Okay, so let me just change this to 20 characters just to make sure that. So now it is accepted, you will see. So you can see this is rejected because it is name is larger than 20 characters and they are all accepted. So in this way you can display custom validation messages, guys. And lastly, guys, what I will be showing you guys how you can show live preview. And one more example, you can even have a button by which you can display this pop-up window of drag and drop. If you don't want the drag and drop functionality, you can also have a button by which you can trigger that. Let me just show you. So we will have basically a button out there. So if you click this button, the pop-up window will appear and here you can select your images. So if you don't want the drag and drop functionality, you can programmatically have a button. If you click the button, your pop-up window will appear. This is basically the code. We have simply a button out there and we have binded a on click to it. We are executing the open method. So inside the open method, basically here we are passing these options, which is no click and no keyboard. So you need to explicitly click the button to open this window, and this is basically the open method here. We have extracted, you will see. And lastly, guys, I will be showing you how to show the live preview of the images that you have selected using this library. So let me just paste the sample code for this. This is slightly complicated, but still you will understand this. The link is given in the description of the video. So basically I have added some custom CSS for this, just for styling the live preview of the images that you select here. This is basically it will show you the thumbnail of the images that you select here. And this is basically we are only accepting images, and this is basically the callback function, which is whenever the image is in drag and drop. So we are showing the live preview of the image inside the image tag. You can see that. So now if you drag and drop images, let's suppose you can see this is your live preview of the image that you have selected. You can see that. You can even change the size of the image, totally depends upon you. You can select multiple files, you will see that. So in this way, guys, you can also see live preview of the images that you have selected. This is basically the library react-dropzone. All the source code is given in the description of the video. Thank you very much.